Hi, welcome into the studio this afternoon. I thought maybe I'd take a little time and just show you a little bit of technique. And one question some of you may be wondering is, how do you get from an ink bottle and kind of a funny looking nib to beautiful lettering? Well, it all has to do with the ability to release and hold back on ink through this nib. Now, I generally use an Esterbrook 358, which this is, and it's a vintage nib. And if you look closely, I'm just going to press it against my fingertip. When you push down, the tip of the nib releases. And in that release right there, if there's ink on the nib, the ink gets a little bit heavier. And once you come off of the nib, of course we won't hold it down that hard, then you can write very lightly and get your finer lines. So let's just kind of put it to the test. Let's dip the nib in some ink. All right, I've got some blue ink. And I'm going to initially write, and I'm not going to put any pressure on the pen. So you'll see when I write, that's your thin line. You see, flourishes. That line is thin. No pressure. I'm barely touching the nib to the paper. So you have the paper, you have the ink in between, and then you have the nib. Now to get a little bit of pressure, all I have to do is touch the paper, go lightly, and I just push a little bit more. You see where it got thick there? Let's try that again. Light, just a little bit of pressure, and then release it. So that's kind of your press and release. Now when that happens and you're doing letter forms, you just get beautiful letters. Watch this. Let's see. Let's do an F. I got to release here, come up on it, and let's cross the F here. Now, as you can see, this isn't the best paper, so you'll notice, come a little close, there's a little bit of feathering right here, which I'll usually clean up with a sharper nib when I'm finished. But that's why paper is important, because as I was telling one of our YouTube followers, that lettering is a marriage between the pen and the paper. This particular piece of paper underneath is a little bit better quality. It's cougar paper. It's a lot smoother. So if you write on this one in the same manner, you get much smoother lines. Now these are my guidelines, so you can't see the letter forms as much. But you'll see that right in here, you don't have as much feathering on it. Okay, so that's just a little bit of insight on press and release and lettering. Have a good day.